So we decided to head off through France, and we were staying in a place called Mordain, which is right on the border of the French and Italian Alps, next to basically the Tunnel de Fréjus. Our whole plan had been, because we can go over the Col de Cenis, which is a quite amazing road that goes right over the top of one of the mountains, drops down into Italy via the SS125. The views are stunning, and most importantly, it's free. And we arrived in Mordain, and it was closed. We were too early. It didn't open until the second week of May. Sorry, we were there for the first week of May. Opened on the second week of May. So with all that planning and the overnight that we planned there, we'd have been better off just going straight through the Tunnel de Fréjus, which is what we ended up having to do. And here you'll see us going in. It was stupidly expensive. It's something like 58 euros, I think, now, one way in a car. It's a long tunnel, don't get me wrong. It's kind of, I don't know, 20 something kilometres, but it's expensive. It was a cost we hadn't planned for, but c'est la vie. It's the only option, so that's the way we went. Our first destination in Italy was going to be Venice, so we were quite happy when we popped out of the tunnel to blue skies. As you saw, the weather on the French side of the Alps was absolutely miserable and grey and raining on and off. We got into Italy and it was marvellous. It was absolutely wonderful. Blue skies, sun, sparkling off the snow on the mountains in the distance. So we thought we were on for a great time. Sadly, by the time we'd passed Milan, all that had disappeared. It was back to grey and rain, and when we arrived just outside of Venice, it was pouring with rain. It was fairly miserable. So we decided not to go into Venice that night, and we'd go in the next day, catch the bus and enjoy, hopefully, better weather. This is our little house in Venice. Not bad, actually. It's kind of like a nice little place with a shouty dog, and lots of people from Poland and Bulgaria and Switzerland and Germany, everywhere really. Anyhow, it's really nice and incredibly cost-effective way of staying in Venice. And we're about to leave and get the bus into Venice, which takes 15 minutes and costs 10 quid return for two people, so absolute bargain. We're going to Venice. Yay!
Going on a bus.
Woo! I do like all these, the fact that it's a bit busted up and knackered. Kind of gives it a lived-in feel, doesn't it?
It's quite pretty.
That's cool. We're going over the bridge and we're going that way. There's the boss. Hello! A bit more. All this walking just to get to somewhere where we can go walking. Now you're famous.
But it's a beautiful view, and it's super nice to enjoy also a ride in the hidden canals. It's always better than the
This is specifically in upright format because the alleyway is so damn thin that you probably couldn't do it in a
So you don't live in the UK?
landscape format at all. Boss is chatting camper vans with the guy in front. There's our tour guide. very yummy fish. If this is your thing, this is where you want to be. This is the traghetto service, which is basically the affordable way to get a gondola. They're about 80 quid for half an hour, and here the traghetto just crosses the river. That's all it does. Try and zoom in. The guy is right over there, and it's a couple of euros. So out there is a really expensive regular gondola, and the traghetto just crosses the Grand Canal. That's all it does, and it's just a ferry service for the locals, and it's about €2.50, so much more economical. Here comes the traghetto to gondoliers. It's basically the public ferry, and you can say I've been in a gondola. They work hard all day, that's for sure. It's just the quickest way across the Grand Canal. There we go. Gondola service, tick. This has got to be the coolest department store you've ever seen. It smells good, it looks good, it's built in an old palace. I mean, seriously, what's not to like about this?
You ever buy this one? It costs 8.
Andazzo fa l'area sotto.
This is the University of Padua and their botanical gardens. It's quite expensive to get in, and I'm a cheapskate, and because I'm not really a gardener and one bush looks pretty much the same as the next bush or a tree, we're not planning to go in, but Helen has disappeared to use their loo anyway. So there we go. This is a quick tour of the botanical gardens, which, if you're into botanical stuff and herbs and flowers and trees and shiz like that, Sure, it's lovely. It's green. What more can I tell you? Helen is doing the tourist stuff. Look at that. Seriously, what's not to like about that? Full-on Italian church. So we're inside a church. It's a minor basilica, according to Helen. He's over there filming me, filming her. Oh wow. Now what's not to like about this? The Italians really do buildings very, very well. It is. Pretty pretty. And sunny. And frescoes. It's all quite impressive really. Plenty of frescoes, plenty of school kids, but and plenty of shade. They knew how to look after you before air conditioning when they built this lot. After Padua, we headed for Imola, to Bologna on the train and back, and then down to San Marino. This is the entry to Imola. One of my favourite circuits. Lots of people don't like it. I absolutely love it. A lot of bad history here. In one weekend, we lost Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger in consecutive days. So it was quite some horrific history here. But we'll go and have a look at the moment. We were supposed to be racing this weekend, but it's been cancelled because of overrunning works to get the paddock up for F1. So hence you can see they're repairing the statue as you get into. But we thought we'd come anyway. It's a beautiful place, why not? So let's go and take a tour around. So this is Tamburello. Even if you know nothing about motor racing and Formula One, pretty much everyone knows who Ayrton Senna was and how important he was at the time. And this is where he lost his life, unfortunately. Very young, very early. It's a tragic loss. And as you can see, it's kind of a place where everybody comes and pays their respect. Just some quiet reflection. It's a beautiful park. Who wouldn't love it? Let's be honest, any park that's got blue sky and the sun coming through the trees and shouty peacocks.
Oh, it's a peacock up the tree.
Oh yes, it is. Shouty peacock up a tree.
What are you doing up there, shouty peacock?
Shouting, obviously. Anyway, it's a lovely park with a racetrack in it. This is the grandstand at Acqua Minerale. As you can see, it's all closed off. So that to me is an open invite to go in. Because why wouldn't you? There we go. See, this is Acqua Minerale. Cars come down there, whoosh along here, and scooch off up there. It's one of the best views in Imola if you're coming to the circuit to see the racing. As we kind of were at the time. When we were travelling into Bologna, we saw loads of people with us on the train in matching t-shirts and flags, and we just assumed that they were football supporters. As more and more people were there, and when we got into Bologna, it was rammed with all these huge flags. We decided they'd probably be classed as weapons of football. So we googled it, and thousands upon thousands. People from various unions on a mass strike day. Bologna was full of them. It was very colourful, it was very good natured, everyone was having fun. Yeah, it was quite something to see. Next up we went to the Republic of San Marino, which is down by Rimini but not part of Italy. It's on the top of a hill. The views were absolutely amazing. Top of San Marino. Let's be honest, that is a view, isn't it? Now we're going to go and explore the town. As views go, it's stunning. This is as high up as we can get without paying 20 euros to get into the castle, which gets us 10 feet higher. So that's good enough. It's wicked, isn't it? Lovely, you can see all the way down to Rimini on the beach. Sea was so far up here. Back in the days, in a proper strategic position if this was your stronghold.
You'd have seen the baddies coming from miles away.
And now we've just arrived anyway. We should have been on in the first place because before she had a...
In 400 meters, turn right.